guys, everybody's MicheleMarieDalene. And today I thought I would take a quick video to kind of cover my view of what FC and I were talking about on my channel earlier. He's a good guy and everything, but he's very passionate about his subject, and I didn't get a chance to speak much. So I thought, why not do a video on my view on different things. Let's start with the most important to me is, as you know, as Krill mentioned, on the Eastern religions, there's the concept of karma. Now, FC is saying he doesn't believe in karma because he feels karma is just a way to judge a race or person for what they've done, and that I see karma as a very fundamental, important part of the whole thing. Okay, karma is we expect nothing less as humans on Earth that we're going to be judged when we do a crime under temporal or under corporal law. For example, if you steal something from somebody, that you're going to be arrested and prosecuted by the local authorities. Karma is the same way, that we expect nothing less that we are going to be, yes, right, we're going to have the same thing about karma as saying is that we're going to have the same kind of guidelines apply, that, you know, when you do something, it's going to result in an action. I hate this camera send this. I actually use my laptop, but unfortunately it is asleep and I don't want to grab it out of the bedroom. So, when we look at karma, we realize that under temporal law, which is the laws of the spiritual realm, that we can't expect that the spiritual realm would not have any laws of karma. Karma would just makes more sense than you think. That the universe likes to have everything balanced. Okay, when I say balanced, it means if you do somebody wrong, the universe wants you to make it right somehow. Sometimes people unintentionally hurt each other, and the universe is, well, okay, it was an accident. Maybe he or she can make it up to the other person that they hurt, and everybody will be great. In that case, you're trying to make it right within your corporal existence on this plane. But when you die, there are probably things you probably forgot, and you have to make them right somehow. So there's something called residual karma, which is things that were not settled in your prior existence have to be settled in your current existence. So I'm trying to come up with some examples. It's really hot out here, so I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's really hard. I got a fan blowing at me, but it's still very stuffy. The whole point of this is that the universe wants everybody to have justice. If you look at the Christian teachings and the Beatitudes given by Jesus on the Sermon on the Mount, is they, you know, blessed are those who seek justice, for they shall have the fill. Blessed are those who do good. These people that do good will be rewarded. They will be, okay? Those who do harm, well, they'll be rewarded too, but it's not going to be something that they're going to enjoy, okay? It's just common sense in this day and age. We expect nothing less on the spiritual realm than we would on the temporal realm. But it doesn't mean it's going to be instant justice, because that doesn't work that way on the temporal realm. So in the temporal realm, your justice could take several lifetimes to occur, all right? So you just have to work with that, and understand that if there's any residual karma from your past life that you have to work through, you might as well just start working through it, because it has to be done sooner or later anyway. It's kind of like when you realize your house, you have a problem with a lump in your breast or something, and you realize it may be something serious, you have two choices. Either A, make an appointment with your doctor tomorrow and have him look at it and do a biopsy, or wait till the lump gets bigger and potentially spreads more seriously throughout your body, and then you got a bigger problem. It's your choice. That's where free will comes in. Now, the other thing is that I talked about science versus sorcery. Now, both science and sorcery are kind of competing, because science, because there is rigidity of the scientific method, totally says that sorcery is just a bunch of claptrap. But at the same time, science kind of is now starting to wonder if, gee, there are things that are happening here that don't make any scientific sense. We can see, the cause and effect doesn't apply in certain circumstances. So if we can't prove it through scientific method, but we see the evidence, then the scientific method says, we have to come up with another hypothesis and test that. But once science tests all the hypotheses, they may come up with a hypothesis that totally blows the science method out of the water, saying, look, for example, I give an example about, when conjuring water. I mean, science says, we can do that by, raising the dew point of the water and then making it collected into a funnel. It's going to go into a glass, or just like an air conditioner does, or a humidifier or a dehumidifier. But what happens if you see a person using sorcery just make water just magically fall into a glass from their hand, and then you're saying that's impossible, right? Scientific would go, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. How in the hell is she filling a Dixie cup with water when there's no water? She has no pitcher there with water in it. How is water going from the air into the cup? Well, science, of course, at least those that are at least fairly astute, would go, it has to do with moisture in the air. That's very likely, okay? But that means that she's lowering the dew point. How is she lowering the dew point? That's when the science goes, she's not using a mechanical refrigeration device. She's not using something that makes the surface cold so the water condenses. And so scientific methods, after they basically look at the evidence and say, it's none of those things, and yet there's water in a cup and came from the atmosphere in the air in the room. Where did the water come from? How did the water get there? And after you begin to pick at it, the scientist eventually has to throw hands in the air and says, I propose that the method of making water out of thin air is nothing that we're using through the scientific method. But he does that, and he's saying, and scientists are doing this on much more thornier issues, conjuring water, is, we've tried every theoretical, scientific, empirical approach, and we're seeing that the universe doesn't work the way we expected it to. After trying every scientific hypothesis and not finding it working out exactly, for example, why is the universe expanding? Why is it expanding faster? If it's not so many things that we can empirically prove, then it has to be from some other means. Which means we in the science, Your Honor, cannot seriously prove nor disprove the power of sorcery, because we can't prove science can't even make it happen, but something or another outside of the realm of science is making something happen. That's where, if you look at the story I'm writing, where you can get science and sorcery together in the same room, you might say, wait a minute, well, I'm a mage, I can make a portal, your science can take what you have created a scientific method, a train engine, you can go through my portal which is connected to another city. Now you guys already have the concepts of Einsteinian physics of wormholes, so therefore, we're just making a wormhole using a way that doesn't involve using huge amounts of fusion reactions and energy to make connecting wormholes. But rather, a single mage or a group of mages can conjure up the portal, and the portal's right there, and the train still can go through it. I think overall for the human race, I think this would be a fantastic thing, because you would be able to do so much more as science and sorcery work together than you can just by sitting by yourself. Now, we had a great show this morning. I absolutely agreed. It was a fantastic show. I really kind of wish the sound quality for some of the call was a little bit better. But it was a good show overall, and I want to thank you all who came to that morning show. I strongly feel that it was an educational experience to everybody. And like I said this morning, I sure was a little bit heavy on the cerebral food and thought process, but I think it was still an interesting observations that FC had made, which I don't disagree with him. I have my own thoughts, which obviously I'm sharing with you. I think some of his points about the wheel of life, for example, is like he said, he wants to break free from the wheel of life, but no one has broken free from the wheel of life has come back to tell what has happened when you break from the wheel of life. So, yeah, you got an issue there. Because we can't prove or nor disprove that it's possible to break away from the wheel of life, but still, it's an interesting observation. Just as my view about science and sorcery really should try to work together as a team to achieve much greatness. But also, both science and sorcery must never forget, as I pointed out at the beginning of the show, that we are part of a planetary system where everything has a cycle, and we need to keep our responsibilities as members of this planet in check. Number one, we cannot live without nature. We cannot live above nature. We are cohabitating this planet with many other animals and plants, and that we need to keep in mind that those creatures also have a right to exist as well, and that we must not be taking the time to the scientific method to eradicate creatures, or, for example, or forget the importance of the working together. As I mentioned about a horse, the horse is a very valuable creature that has been part of mankind's transportation systems for millennia. And the horse has been highly regarded and highly respected. It's been used for personal transportation, war, combat, originally pulling what they call omnibuses or buses of people down the streets of cities and horse-drawn trolleys. These are important to remember, that the horse is your friend, okay? It's part of our culture, it's part of our society. But yet, with the things in modern technology, we have said we don't need horses anymore. We don't need to have any natural involvement with the natural realm. We have science, we have DNA, we can create things, we can create plastics, we can create chemicals, we can create poisons, and we have. And now with the Green New Deal, people are still saying this, well, you know what? We should be able to create new cars that don't need gasoline, that are green, that can be powered by solar and wind and geothermal and nuclear and hydroelectric. And yet, there's a friendly little horse in the stable kind of going, gee, what about me? I enjoy running. I enjoy feeling like I'm of use to somebody. Why can't I be of use to somebody? Why, that's what we need to remember, is that for our animal friends, if they enjoy doing what they do, like a horse enjoys running, he doesn't mind pulling a small carriage. He doesn't mind that. I mean, he does ask that the driver be respectful of him and care about his well-being. But of course we say, nah, I ain't got time for that. We are going to go ahead and put 88 mechanical horses under the hood of my car, and it sips through the blood of Mother God, Mother Earth, and basically makes nasty fumes, and because it's faster and cleaner and cheaper to get going in the morning. Well, yeah, but now listen to what's happening to the Earth. It's a mess. And Mother Gaia is going to take, again, karma, again, there's good old, big old letter K, karma. Karma is saying, you caused me harm. Now I'm going to return the favor to make sure that the universe is in balance. So I say, for those of you who don't know, I haven't played a druid in any of the games, but really I have a lot of druidic tendencies as well. So the idea of having balance is important for me. I believe in it, you know. But I think for right now, because it is kind of warm, I want to get this up, you know, and go hide in the air-conditioned room and to say to everybody, thank you so much for watching the morning show, and thanks for watching this part, and I'll see you guys real soon, like on Monday, and of course don't forget tomorrow night, Silvermoon Radio AM 1610 will be blasting music like usual. What kind of music, I don't know yet. I haven't really went through and looked through my music collection yet, but I got some things in my mind that I do want to get to, and so I want to try to get some stuff in. But for now, do me a favor, stay out of trouble. Love you all. Bye-bye.